And welcome to the Australian Lacrosse Network here. It is game number 2 and it is a big contest here between South Australia and WA, and both sides having a really good warm-up out there pre-game. We hope you enjoy this live and free coverage on the Australian Lacrosse Network, starting in their cages respectively. We've got Liv Antilov for WA and Addie Cunningham for South Australia. And in the middle, the big contest here between Parker and Plummer. And we have a contest on our hand. There are stars scattered through these two sides, and we can't wait to see this contest evolve as the next 60 minutes is about to kick off in the centre draw. Plummer up against Parker. Levy and Hiron for WA. And we've got Morrison and Ipe for South Australia. Ipe with the height there just stretches up and over Ashton Hiron as the ball is running it down as Kate Hooper chases it down. PJ Ipe gets the first opportunity, kicks it to Mangan. Mangan down the back corner. She's guarded there by Claire Ferguson. Ball rotates back up the top to Parker. Parker over to Dinny with the dancing feet as Holly Dinny gets inside. Dinny gets one right across and a card coming early here. And that'll be Ashton Hiron will wear the first yellow card of the game in the first minute of this contest, as Ashton Hiron goes to sit down. So a huge opportunity here for South Australia. Dinny from the 11-metre mark has Levy to her right. Panting to her left. And just decides to pull out and play a power play set here. So Parker has Dinny. Back to Parker. Steps inside. Morrison fires and gets the first one on the board for South Australia in a power play. Jess Morrison and SA utilising that woman up play, and Morrison gets the first goal of the game for South Australia. Just almost a one-touch drive there from Morrison, but a great bounce shot, and Jess Morrison gets her 25 nationals away, and WA still in the box. Parker up against Holly Plummer. Parker, Plummer, as ball picked up, comes off the black stick, comes off, and Osha Levy just getting a check there, which pushes it out. PJ Ipe passes the ball back, finds Voisey. Voisey looks to run over the halfway line now, has an opportunity, kicks it to Morrison, back to Ipe in South Australia. We'll have another offensive set, and we'll be in a power play situation again as Parker tries to creep the centre as Dinny comes off the backside. Morrison looks to go again, looks up, finds Silvestri, back to Morrison. Morrison drives, not there, kicks it to Dinny. Dinny rotates one around, finds Parker. Ipe just with flat feet on the ground as Antilov. Oh, we've got a card coming here for PJ Ipe. So one card all for both respective sides. And Antilov will relieve the pressure here for WA from the back corner. Antilov brings the ball up. Great work there from Osha Levy, just running behind. Dinny running with her as Levy looks up, fires up, finds Hiron. Ashton Hiron pushes the ball forward, finds Tatlow. Tatlow looks to drive inside, not there. We'll kick the ball back up to Hiron. Hiron to Plummer. Plummer to Mitchell. To Levy. Levy takes the ball top centre, just gets her offence organised. Holly Plummer with the ball. Down the back here to Rhiannon Panting. Over to Tatlow, to Hiron, and back up to Mitchell. Laura Hulley. And we've got a whistle here, and we've got a timeout, have we? Timeout charge to WA. So, opportunity here for Gav Levy to just draw something up. They'll be in a power play here as well, as Morrison was able to score with that first power play opportunity for South Australia. What does Coach Levy have up his sleeve here? As the two coaches, experienced coaches, both having coached Australian sides. As Trish Adams just breaks from her chat and just counts her numbers out there as Levy finishes up with his troops. And the ball will start near the restraining line here in the stick of Osha Levy. So Osha, and we'll bring the ball into play. Kicks it to Plummer. Plummer to Panting. Little rotation, plenty of push out here from South Australia. Look to have one up the top. And the 3 second there. And that will go on Brodie Borovnik. So Borovnik will come behind Hiron. Borovnik has Plummer to her right. Silvestri kicks it over there to Hooper, Good check there from Parker, but just deemed to be illegal. And Hooper will take the ball with Parker behind to Hiron. Down the bottom to Levy. Levy kicks it over to Tatlow. Tatlow, good work there from Borovnik as Cunningham tried to come out and pinch that one there from Panting. Over to Plummer. And ball rotates round again. Cutter comes down. Hiron looks up. They're looking for the top there. Levy steps inside. Good roll back. And Levy will take this ball on the 11-metre mark. And a 3 second call again for South Australia on Borovnik. Cunningham steps inside Levy, and Levy pops that one away as that penalty just got released. So Osha Levy with the first for WA. And it is a 1-1 game here about halfway through the first quarter. Both goals coming in power play situations. Levy from the 11-metre there, just using her quick pace to get off the mark. And one-on-one with the keeper there. And ball will come back into the centre. So Plummer up against Parker. So a whistle, and that's going to go the way of WA. As a break had there from Parker. So Plummer has the ball to Levy. Levy to Morrison. Just stepping through there is Osha Levy. Work there from Anastasia Araviakis. Ball to hit the ground. Ball to be picked up. Is picked up. Good pressure there on Panting from Taylor Voisey. And a little inside roll. Tries to get past Hiron there. So rolls up and a down. And good save there from Cunningham on the shot from Chloe Tatlow. And ball comes out through Silvestri. Silvestri chased here by Hooper. Silvestri and Hooper on the outer wing. Just tries to get in front there. Good turnover. Comes off a black stick. And that will go the way of South Australia through Silvestri. And Tatlow unlucky there. Not to win that one, but Lucinda Silvestri will clear for South Australia. Finds Morrison, and Morrison just throws that one high and wide, and that's going to be an unforced turnover at the back end. So ball comes out through Panting. Panting finds Levy up top centre. She's bursting through the centre here. Gets past Morrison. Voisey comes in to help out. Great pick off there from Laura Evans. And Evans fires up here to Morrison. Morrison with motors on, gets past her in Ferguson. Just runs the ball down into X. And Morrison just settles it down for South Australia. As the subs come on, Araviakis has Dinny to her right, gives the ball over there now, gives it back to Parker, looking to get some work going on this top. As the ball gets there to Ashley May. May gets in, fires, just misses the cage there from Ash May. But backed up down there from Taylor Mangan, and Taylor Mangan will bring the ball in for South Australia. So Mangan goes hard at her defender. Not there. Morrison had the ball, lost the ball, regained the ball. Morrison goes at pace, gets in and under, and a little up check there. And Jess Morrison from the 11 metre with an opportunity here. And we know Jess doesn't mind having these opportunities. Already got one for South Australia from about the same angle. Morrison gets off the mark, looks to shoot, and does. And Morrison, she's on the board. She gets her second of the quarter. That is South Australia's second. And it is a 2-1 game here. South Australia, Morrison, the only goal scorer for the SA Reds. And Osha Levy, the only goal scorer for WA. It is currently 2-1 here, the way of South Australia. And the ball will be reset back in to the centre draw. Parker up against Plummer again. Whistle's blown. Ball sort of came up and above the shoulder, but not above Liv Parker's shoulder. So we'll have a re-centre draw there. Parker won that one to herself. So Holly Plummer up against Liv. Plummer, Parker, ball comes out the back. Araviakis, good check there from Hiron. Ball to be won, and it is won. Parker picks the ball up now. Chased down here by Plummer. And advantage called. So Parker finds Panting, who's done a great job from that offensive end to get down and become a defender on Parker. Good inside roll there from May. Just gets an up check there as well, and that's going the way of South Australia. So Ash May has the ball from 11. Ash May. Now, just asking to reset there, Millie Doherty. So May looking like she's about to unleash the cannon. May does, looks inside, looks to get inside. And that ball, oh, that's just saved on the post there from the keeper in Olivia Antilov. And ball coming back the other way at pace. Levy picked up by Araviakis. Ball tossed down fortuitously, finds its way there to Hooper. And offside call. So a turnover here for WA. Opportunity for South Australia to clear this ball. Voisey passes the ball over to Evans. Evans gets pressured by two. Outlet comes here from Cunningham. Cunningham has Lawson on the outer side. Finds Lawson now. Gets pressure from Plummer. And Tatlow there. Ball rotates back the other side. Back to Evans. Evans looks to come up and over as pushes on there. Little push from Hooper. So the two sixes working against each other. And Laura Evans will just run this in. Runs it over. Comes back, and Silvestri will come into offence for South Australia. Parker. Good check there in front of the face there. And ball now from Parker. Parker steps through one, steps through two. Flag on the play, and Parker's going to get the push there. So Olivia Parker Shannon Mitchell has to step out. Parker again, locked and loaded from the 11 metres. Parker fires, top shelf, rattled some cookie jar up in that top left-hand corner. Did Olivia Parker, did not even take a step and rips that one past the top left-hand shoulder of Olivia Antilov. Olivia Parker on the board for South Australia. South Australia out to a 3-1 lead here. Good work there from South Australia, and I'm sure Gav Levy with that offside call, just getting the ball into offence, and you turn it over. Won't be happy with that, and they'll probably speak about that and tighten up, but South Australia capitalising on that turnover from WA. Ball comes up. Ball knocked down as Plummer just got in the way of Parker, which was really good, allowed Levy to get on the board. And she picked the ball up and kicks it down to Chloe Tatlow. Over to Kate Hooper. Kate Hooper to Ashton Hiron, back up to Holly Plummer. And Osha Levy looking to create pressure on PJ Ipe. And we've got a flag on the play, and that is going to be a 3-second call again on Brodie Borovnik. That is her third 3-second call in the first quarter. So just sloughing off, giving an opportunity here, and Levy from the 11 metre. We're right behind this one. Osha Levy up against Cunningham. I reckon this one's going high, top left-hand corner if she gets an opportunity. But no, doesn't get the opportunity. Ball is knocked out of her stick, but heads down to Panting, who recovers the ball for WA. Hiron looks to step in. Ipe with good pressure on that. Ball to Panting. Panting up against Lawson. And ball rotates back to top centre. Now to this right-hand side again. Levy goes. Looks against Voisey. Voisey, great work. Just tosses the ball up. Now ball rotates the other way. Plummer steps inside. Plummer looks a little BTB! And Holly Plummer just brings the ball from down around her shoulder. Huge BTB for Holly Plummer, and finds the back of the net. And that's what WA needed, something special from Miss Plummer. And she has all the tricks in the bag, does Holly Plummer, and gets her first of the game. And it was going to take a good shot, and it did. And back to a 3-2 game here in the first quarter. So Holly Plummer, little BTB, and then straight back into the centre draw. And interesting, it's coming out the way of Levy and Morrison. Morrison just overran the last one. But this time, Parker wins it to herself. So Parker with the ball, looks to get through, not there. Oh, great pick-off. Ball up and over. Clock is in the hands as Chloe Tatlow doesn't get eaten by the grass monster. Just fires down. Limited time in this quarter. Ball up the top to Hiron. They want to stop this one. South Australia looks to roll inside Hiron. Good save there from Cunningham. Cunningham just needs to hold this ball up and over. Finds Lawson. Is there enough time? The answer to that question is no, as quarter time whistle comes here. And that ends a very entertaining first quarter of lacrosse, with SA leading 3-2 at the quarter time break. But both teams with opportunities, both keepers with saves on the board. And if this is anything to go by for the rest of the game, are we headed to our first golden goal game of the tournament with stream number 2? Who knows? Another 45 minutes will decide that. But goal scorers for the game so far, for WA, it was Osha Levy who, from the 11 metre mark, took a free shot and buried it. And then Holly Plummer with something a little bit special just before the end of that first quarter. Just drove down the left-hand pipe, little bit of BTB action, got it past the stick of Cunningham. Wasn't expecting the BTB and gets the second for WA. That is their 2 goal scorers in the first quarter. And for South Australia, well, it was Morrison in a power play situation getting the first goal on the board of the game, and for South Australia on the bottom corner just drove inside and got it one away. Her second one to get that quarter was from the 11-metre mark, and she just buried it. And then Liv Parker just stood up tall from 11, did not take a step, and fired it up top left-hand shoulder of the keeper. And that sees South Australia at quarter time leading 3-2 in what is a very, very good contest. And we were talking off air before we started, and we said this is how it may play out, these two teams. There are superstars scattered right through these two teams, and this was always going to be a very entertaining game. And we hope you're enjoying it live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. We're glad to be able to bring you free and live lacrosse here from the 2025 Lacrosse Australia National Championships at the beautiful Footscray Lacrosse Club. And thank you to our broadcast partner, the Sue Stefanos Foundation, who do a massive amount of work through the sport of women's lacrosse. Ball set in the centre. It is Plummer up against Parker. Ball to be won on the ground. Ball still to be won on the ground. Levy, little check there. And that is going to be broken the line there before possession is called. And that's going the way of WA. So Levy puts the Jets on up against Mangan. Mangan just a little up check there. And Levy will run the ball into offense. Oh, little left, little right. And that ball is shot, but no damage done as it went past the right side of the keeper, but picked up and backed up by WA. Getting in is Plummer. Plummer just ducking the head and trying to get inside. And where's a free opportunity here from the 11-metre mark, Holly Plummer. We've already seen her with one BTB. What other tricks does she have in the bag? Steps inside, Plummer pops it up, waits for Cunningham to come out to her, and then just pops it over her left-hand shoulder. So Holly Plummer gets the last 2 goals for WA, and it evens the score up at 3 goals all here early in the second term from the 11-metre mark. As the smart play there from Holly Plummer, just waited for the goalkeeper to come to her and did exactly that. And as soon as the goalkeeper came out, put it up and over the left-hand shoulder of the keeper. And we've got a 3-3 game here. Ball back into the centre draw. Ball up, Hiron up against Parker this time, and that one is going to be a centre draw as the ball did not come out cleanly above shoulder height. So Hiron up against Parker. These two are always combatants when they play each other. Oh, might have been a break there from Hiron, and that one's going to go to South Australia as the... oh no, going the other way. I thought the elbow had moved from Hiron there in that play, but deemed to go the other way. So WA with the ball. They will bring it into Levy. Levy puts it down to the back corner, finds Hooper. Hooper down to Tatlow. Nice cut there from Hiron. Ball fires back up the top though. Ball steps inside, Plummer loses the ball, and Parker wins the ball back. Has Levy chasing her down, looks inside, finds Dinny. Dinny looks to go on her left. We've got to watch Hiron behind her. Does, manages to get that ball to Morrison. As South Australia get their a little up check there, and ball in the stick of Morrison. Look to drive. Good work there from Osha Levy. Just the number 3 as Dinny fires, but good save there as we've got a change in the keeper here. Kate Churchwood has gone in the cage for WA. So Antilov in the first quarter. Gav Levy has made a change. And we're going to have a turnover here again. So might have been a legal substitution there. I didn't actually catch what that was, but the ball is turned over here. And South Australia will have the ball through Morrison. Morrison looks up, finds PJ Ipe. Ipe looking for an outlet here. Has Morrison. Ipe. Looks down the bottom. Finds Mangan. Mangan to Morrison. Morrison steps inside. Fires. Good save there from Churchwood again on the foot. Oh, great outlet too. Finds Hulley. And ball needs to be won. Plummer with a, gets one across the midriff. But good work there from Holly Plummer. Ball to Shannon Mitchell. Down the back to Hooper. Hooper has Levy. Passes the ball up there now. A little, getting the stats up. Plummer looks inside. Good knockdown there from Voisey. Voisey up against Mitchell. Good work there from Taylor Voisey. Voisey, oh, just about threw it back to the defender. Cunningham, good under pressure there. Finds Lawson. Lawson on the outer side. Finds Evans. Laura Evans with an advantage call there. Oh, there were two on the play there. And deemed to be a ward in the end. I thought there was a call this side for advantage. But ball down the back to Hooper. Hooper finds Tatlow. Tatlow to Hulley. Hulley to Levy. Levy guarded here by Voisey. And going to get a push call here is Taylor Voisey up against Levy. Again, right behind this, the camera angle. Christian up on the camera for us. Good crash there from SA, but deemed to be illegal again. And Levy again from the 11-metre mark. Has an opportunity now right in front. Ipe to her right. Silvestri to the left. Shot gets checked. Cunningham picks the ball up. Gets under pressure here, Cunningham. Looks up. Good enough there to get that ball out to Lawson. Kelsey Lawson running the ball up. She has an outlet here with Ipe if she needs. But Lawson up and over. And Lawson will come back into the defensive end. And Ipe will head down into offense as Lawson finds her way back into the defensive end. Ball with Ashlyn May. May. Down the back, a little nod of the head. She likes her match up here, Taylor Mangan. Looks to get up, looks to roll inside, fires. Good save again from Churchwood. Ball bounces off the leg, comes out top centre, picked up by Morrison. Morrison looks to want to attack again. Good cut there from Parker. Morrison rolls around. Two players, got to be a free player here. They can keep moving the ball. Just a pass, didn't make the player, but backed up there by Ipe. PJ Ipe looks to drive left, not there. Down to Parker. Parker picked up by Panting. Liv Parker looks to get under, in and under, does get in and under. Another big save there from Churchwood. That's three huge saves this quarter from Churchwood. And WA get a push on the outer side there on Panting. Ball goes out of bounds, but Ashton May will have to come behind and the ball will rotate to the opposite side here. Shannon Mitchell passes the ball up to Holly Plummer. Plummer has Kate Hooper. Kate Hooper looks inside, knocked down there from Lawson, but gathered again. Tatlow up against Evans, looks to roll inside, does roll inside, shot fired, and ball goes out of bounds, and Plummer with the backup on that occasion. Good foot race out there with Kelsey Lawson, and time stopped for ball retrieval down there. If you are just joining us on the Australian Lacrosse Network, welcome. It is 3-3 here about halfway through the second term in a big contest between SA and WA. And a new ball comes out as Ashton Hiron just checks it to make sure it's firm enough and passes the ball on. So, ball down the back with Holly Plummer. Plummer done a power of work so far for her WA team. And goes to go again. So Plummer looks inside. Just couldn't quite get a handle on the ball. Silvestri picks up the scraps. And Silvestri has Hooper. Silvestri, good to see her back, coming off an ACL injury a couple of years ago. And Lucinda Silvestri runs the ball into offense. Nice cut there from Morrison. Just couldn't find a handle of the ball as Hiram was chasing her. And Churchwood looks for the outlet, finds the outlet there in Osha Levy. Osha Levy only knows one way, that is go at 100 kilometres an hour. Levy looks the other side, finds Tatlow. Tatlow looking to shoot before she got the opportunity in the stick. Ball with Parker. Parker back to Evans. And Evans rotates the ball into the centre, finds Ipe. Ipe, there was one off the bench there that looks there now, finds her. And ball comes down the back corner here with May. Ashlyn May looking to run this right-hand side. Finds Morrison now. Back to Parker. Parker over to Leah Kaysler. So Leah finds the ball down to May. Good little inside cut. Looks to go herself now, does May. May steps inside. Huge save there from Churchwood again. She has been huge in this second term, just coming into the cage. That's 4 big saves from Churchwood. And ball, but didn't quite find the outlet. Looks up, good pace there. Ball to be won is on the deck here. Just need to kick it out. Ball, Kaysler. Good extraction there. I think that's Riley McGee with that ball. Passes it up. Sorry, that's McGee now. And McGee will find as Ashlyn May will get a yellow card for that contact. And Riley McGee picks herself up, dusts herself off. And she will get WA to start the ball again. So just need to now McGee looks, pressure comes from Araviakis, good pressure there. Open on the outer side here, Morrison can't cross as Levy brings the ball into offense for WA. Leah Kaysler looking like she was trying to pick pockets there. Good work there from Shannon Mitchell. But power play situation here now for WA. As their penalty had been released. Ball. And they can take their time here, WA, and set something up. So WA, Mitchell, over to Hiron. Hiron puts the ball in the left hand, not there. Back to Levy. Levy looks to drive inside, rolls inside, and flag on the play. And Levy with a 3-second call there in a power play will take the ball top centre. Levy looks to get off the mark here. Osha Levy steps inside, fires. Good save there from Cunningham. Great save from Cunningham. Oh, just getting crunched there was Izzy Jackson. And Ashton Hiron already has a yellow card today. South Australia are still a player down though as Tatlow chases Evans all the way to the restraining line. And looks at Holly Plummer and says, I thought you had her. But ball into the offensive end. So Parker with the ball. They are in a Man down situation here, SA, so just looking to take some time out of this penalty. Ashlyn May in the box as Morrison looks to run around. The even call is on now, so even as they are even. So WA already set up in their defensive set, waiting for that penalty release. And South Australia, well, they've managed to get in and on cage, but Churchwood has been absolutely sensational. Churchwood again gets a knockdown picked up, and another save there for Churchwood. So she has been the brick wall since she stepped in, has Kate Churchwood. And she'll look to clear. Oh no, just passes that one to Parker. Here's an opportunity coming back the other way. Parker, good save again from Churchwood. That's 6 for the quarter. That's a huge quarter for a goalie. And one-on-one there with Parker. And ball comes back the other way through Plummer. Plummer looks down at Tatlow. Tatlow just rolls that ball and her feet out down bottom right. Tatlow looks to go, fires out the back. That'll be a South Australian ball. There's no backup had there from WA and SA as the ball gets thrown back. And ball will be thrown down to Addie Cunningham. So Nikki Voisey will pick that one up and just hold that one. So Cunningham starts the play, finds Jackson. Jackson kicks the ball over to Lawson, and Lawson gets her motors on, gets pressure there though. Goes backwards, finds Silvestri. Silvestri looks over, finds Evans, and now they'll release this as Parker takes the ball into the offensive end for South Australia. Gives it to Morrison. Morrison to Parker. Parker steps inside, looks on the bottom corner. Ball shot. That one's come off the keeper as well and out of bounds. And that is a goal there, a save there again to and ball out of side to Holly Dinny. Dinny steps in, steps past. Oh, just a little floater there. I don't think that actually meant to come out of the stick of Araviakis, but she almost looked to fake that one, but that one has gone up and over, and Churchwood saying, well, how about I get rid of this now? And Churchwood passes the ball out there to Rachel Ferguson. Ferguson turns the ball over. Good work here from Dinny. Pressure coming from as the halftime whistle goes here in a really entertaining contest. Only a 1-goal quarter, and that is probably due to the saving ability there of Kate Churchwood. She was outstanding in that second term with 6 huge saves for WA. South Australia could have really blown that game apart, but we have a 3-3 game here at halftime. And we told you it was going to be entertaining. We told you it was going to be tight and tough. And we've got that contest right now. So goal scorers as they stand. South Australia, Morrison has 2 and Parker has 1. They were all in the first term. Kept scoreless there in the second. And WA with only 1 goal in that second term. That was through Holly Plummer. She has 2 for the game now. Osha Levy with 1. It is a 3-3 game here at halftime. And we thank the Sue Stefanos Foundation, our broadcast partner, for getting this underway. And these streams to you are live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. While the players have a break here, we might go and have a 2-second break, and we'll hear a word maybe from our sponsor in the Sue Stefanos Foundation.
Really looking forward to today's session. Let's make sure we're focused, bring you intensity and lots of communication. Vital today. So let's have a great session. Short and sharp. Here we go. Okay, girls, just going to do the monkey in the middle, 1 at each end, 2 in the middle, catch, take, quick release, other way. side is the part that I love. Leadership, player well-being. What do we need? How do we get it? Areas that we think we can add to. Okay, Aussies on 3. 1, 2, 3, Aussies! Really looking forward to today's session. Let's make sure we're focused, bring your intensity and lots of communication. Vital today. So let's have a great session. Short and sharp. Here we go. Okay, girls.
Go straight. The Sue Stefanos Foundation was established in honour of the late Sue Melly Stefanos OAM with the purpose of supporting Australian women's lacrosse teams now and into the future. Posthumously, we aim to fulfil Sue's dream of providing holistic and sustained support, including, but not limited to, alleviating financial pressures for the players and staff as they prepare to represent Australia. As the foundation funds grow, this support will extend to more teams across more levels with the aim of supporting as many Australian representative teams as we possibly can. All lacrosse players representing Australia are self-funded. This means that they will pay for everything that is required to compete on the world stage, including but not limited to training camps, uniforms, flights, accommodations, and more. Every dollar that you contribute will alleviate this financial pressure, allowing the athletes to focus on their game and be the best athletes they can be. It costs over $20,000 to send one athlete to a World Championship event. We understand that you don't become an Australian women's lacrosse player overnight, and future plans are being considered as to how the foundation can assist our future stars. So please donate to the Sue Stefanos Foundation. And back we go. It is WA who will start with the ball into the offensive end. Looks up and over as the crease infringement had there. And a goalkeeper change for South Australia Sees Jordan Watts in the cage for the Reds, and Churchwood still in the cage for WA. Churchwood, outstanding second quarter. Watts passes the ball over there to Evans. Evans back to Borovnik. Borovnik to Voisey, and Voisey finds Tatlow. Tatlow just tiptoes the line, looks inside to Silvestri. Good take there from Lucinda Silvestri. Tries to find a lane down the middle, does, and gets a free space call. And Lucinda Silvestri at pace will give herself an opportunity. Top centre from the 11-metre mark. And Silvestri up against Churchwood. Churchwood with a great second term. Silvestri fires, and that one just skips off the top. And Lucinda Silvestri, the team, get around her. That is just it's coming from the defensive end. Watch the girls get around her. They know the work that Lucinda Silvestri has done with that knee over the last 2 years. And good reward there from Lucinda Silvestri. And she will get the first goal of the third term for South Australia. And South Australia up 4-3. Parker up against Plummer in the centre. As the centre draw is set. Parker, Plummer, ball comes out. Ipe with the height, just grabs the ball and goes at pace. Finds Hiron in front of her. Hiron up against Ipe, gets passed off. Good pace there from PJ Ipe. Ipe rolls back around on her left hand, fires the ball, misses the cage, but no damage done as Mangan backs that one up to Parker, to Silvestri, to Denny. Denny looks to go down the middle, looks inside to Silvestri. Couldn't quite grab that pass as it was near her toes. Parker looks inside, rolls it back on her left now, and I'm sure Liv would like that shot back again. That'll be a save to the, as two combatants here. That's come off Ashton Hiron, and ball goes out of bounds, South Australia. Good work there from Anastasia Araviakis. Araviakis looks to bring it into offense, does, just steps past Plummer. Araviakis down to Mangan. Mangan from X. Looks to go inside, now comes topside. Does get topside, fires, and Mangan, little bounce pass. And Taylor Mangan gets the second for South Australia. And we're going to have a stick check here on Taylor Mangan. And these are just random stick checks. All sticks are checked pre-tournament and before the game, and that is all clear. So Taylor Mangan with the all clear, and she gets her first of the game. South Australia out to a 5-3 lead. Ball back into the centre. Plummer up against Jackson. So good work out of that last centre draw here from PJ Ipe. Just had the height. But now we've got Izzy Jackson up against Holly Plummer. Two Australian under-20 representatives from Hong Kong. Ball comes out, and it's going to be advantaged here to WA as Mangan gets up and under, but Plummer just keeps pushing down, panting. Ball to Tatlow, over to Hooper. And offside there on South Australia, but they are back onside now. Ball with Plummer, looks to push off, looks to push in. Flag on the play. And that will be on Silvestri. No, that's going on PJ Ipe for 3-second call. So Plummer will start the ball on the left-hand pipe. Looks to step in, Plummer, little flip up. Ball is thrown up. Plummer just tried to make something of it. Now she'll have a shot from 11 metres. Holly Plummer with the ball in her stick up against Geordie Watts. They were roommates in Hong Kong in the under-20s. And that will be a retake there for Holly Plummer, I believe. As a little push had there from Taylor Voisey. Right on it. So now top centre. Yeah, these two were roommates in Hong Kong in the under-20 Australian team. Holly Plummer and Geordie Watts know each other very well. Plummer steps around. Good work there from Taylor Voisey, though, to dispossess. Great defence from Voisey. Ball picked up here from Tatlow. Tatlow, the coach of one of the coaches of that under-20 Australian women's side. So plenty of people, plenty of running around there. And Gav Levy just asking for a substitute here as Plummer comes to the bench. Plummer's done plenty of work in this first half and the start of this third term. So Levy just asking for a substitute there. McGee to Levy. Nice wide set here for WA. Getting plenty of space, trying to draw South Australia out. Hooper gets down, looks inside, just throws the ball away. And ball picked up there by Leah Kaisler. Kaisler, great forward pass there, which puts Ipe into a offensive foray. There's plenty of black jerseys in front of her. Kaisler again has the ball. The two 17s against each other. Decides to just pull it out. Kicks it to Silvestri. And Silvestri finds Jackson. Jackson in the offensive end. Down to Ashlyn May, another one of those under-20 Australian players. May looks to come around, top side, kicks it to Silvestri. That ball's up and over, needs to be won here, and just flicks it past. Silvestri has the ball now, has pressure, but gets past and just relieves that pressure, does Lucinda Silvestri. And South Australia with an offensive set again. PJ Ipe. Looks like she likes her matchup here. Ipe looks to go. Doesn't go hard. Now gets inside Ipe. Good save there from Churchwood. Great pick up there from Mangan. Mangan with a scrap goal. And Taylor Mangan out of nothing grabs that one off the deck. Picks it up. Pops it behind Churchwood. And South Australia double the lead of WA from half time. And Taylor Mangan with two big goals back to back. But that was just out of nowhere, that one, as the keeper has done a fantastic job in that second quarter. Got a piece of it. Ball hits the deck. Mangan jumped all over it. Grabbed the ball, ran around, found her spot and put it in the back of the net there behind Churchwood. Hiron in the centre. Up against Jackson. Jackson finds Leah Kaisler. Kaisler to pick the ball up. Great pressure there from all. Ball, good pick up out the outer side there from Riley McGee. Under immense pressure there from red shirts. Just managed to extract herself. Finds Levy, who finds Panting. Panting looks to step inside. Oh, fires Geordie Watts with a big save. Ball turns around. Levy has to turn around. And look, ball coming back the other way. Levy with the ball. Looks to step in. Not there. Hiron down the back here to Tatlow. Tatlow as WA just settle this offense. McGee up to Hiron. Hiron to Hooper. Hooper against Morrison. Looking to free the hands is Hooper. Ball fires up and over. And that ball has gone out of bounds. And Chloe Tatlow with the backup for WA. Now comes around. Good check there, but just on the hip there, deemed to be on Taylor Voisey. And we've got Chloe Tatlow from the 11-metre mark. as we see her look to get in on the cage here. Tatlow, Kessler to her left. Tatlow fires, good save again from Watts. That's 2 good saves and a quick outlet there. Finds Taylor Voisey. Voisey breaks down the outer side near the box side. And Taylor Voisey picks the ball up, kicks the ball, not a great pass, puts under plenty of pressure. Ball to be won. Silvestri now ball on the deck to be won. Hooper loses the ball but deemed to be across the arm. And Hooper passes the ball down. Finds Laura Hulley. Hulley down to Tatlow. Down the back here to Riley McGee. To Hooper. Up to Levy. Levy goes hard. Looks to try and get inside. Not there. Evans, a really seasoned defender. Evans, good check there from Laura Evans. Ball still to be won on the ground. Is one on the ground now. Comes around Hiron, looks to step around. Little flip. Tink, tink, tink off the bar it goes. And ball comes in the out of bounds. Good pick up there from Silvestri. Silvestri runs this outer side. Now finds Hooper. Silvestri gets past and gets through and into offense. Silvestri's done a power of work in this defensive end. And Silvestri, great transition ball into offense. And she'll look to come and get a sub. Holly Denny looks to step inside. Oh, Holly Denny finds the 5-hole with no angle whatsoever. And Holly Denny, great work there from Lucinda Silvestri. Marked that one down to her. But Holly Denny gets on the board. And South Australia 4-0 in this third term. Is that a match-winning quarter so far? Well, we saw what happened in the second term. WA were able to get the only score and even it up. But right now we've got a 7-3 game as the players get set. Watts down there with a couple of big saves in this quarter. Maybe that's the saving end. Churchwood was huge down there the last quarter. So Parker wins the ball to herself from Plummer. Parker just tries to settle. Now she has Morrison. And Morrison just settling it down a little. She has Araviakis to her right. And just looking to draw some space here. Morrison up against Plummer. Just gets past Plummer. Now an opportunity for South Australia. Double comes. Ball on the bottom corner to Leah Kaysler. Kaysler to Dinny. Dinny with that last goal. No angle whatsoever to speak of, but managed to pop it home. And Morrison looks to go against Plummer, and we've got a free space call. And Morrison will be lining up from 11 metres. Morrison, camera angle right behind us, and we got the best in the business up there. Christian Leray on the camera for the Australian Lacrosse Network. Morrison decides to just pull it out, finds Denny. Back to Morrison. Just trying to take some time out of this clock of South Australia. Kaysler down the bottom corner. Looks to rotate up right. Looks to get inside. Not there. Now rotates back up. Denny picks the ball up. Back to Morrison. Done a full circle. Morrison just trying to create some space here. Has Panting on her. Morrison up against Panting. Just dancing in one spot. Doing a bit of a cha-cha-cha there with the feet is Morrison. Araviakis now with the ball. Really taking some time out of this clock of South Australia. Up to Denny, getting a high wide set. Denny looks inside, finds Parker. Parker rolls back inside. Parker gets nutted and that is going to be, well, Ashton Hiron's there. She's already on a yellow card. So we'll see, that's a yellow-red. So Ashton Hiron, yellow-red, out of the game for WA, and she will sit down for 5 minutes. So South Australia with a massive opportunity as Parker picks herself up, readjusts her goggles. And we've seen that contest once or twice. The Major League Sixes, it takes me back to, where those two combatants did not take a backward step back then. Parker, we saw her fire one from here before. Liv Parker, but this time just takes it out. So South Australia with a 5-minute power play here. So a good opportunity to work on that power play and create something here. Parker up to Ipe. PJ Ipe back to Parker. Parker looks inside. Morrison with a little underhand shovel. But Churchwood, well, she was good one-on-one. She's going to be good with that. But now that is 3/4 time. South Australia still going to be man up for about 4 minutes here as the two teams head to their 3/4 time breaks. And a 4-0 quarter there for South Australia. Sees them as a 7-3 lead. And WA are going to be man down for nearly a third of the last quarter. So what have they got to offer here in this fourth term? 4 goals down, and that is all the third quarter. And goal scorers for that quarter, well, Lucinda Silvestri, didn't she have an amazing third quarter? Couple of big transition balls coming down, and managed to get on the cage herself with one of them. Silvestri found the scoreboard. Taylor Mangan, one little scrap goal there where the balls hit the deck, and the only one that wanted it grabbed it and popped it behind. She ends up with 2 for the quarter, and Dinny on this left-hand bottom corner just found her way to no angle, but somehow found something that Churchwood had not found for most other players, is holes in the armoury. And Churchwood getting one through the 5-hole of Holly Dinny for the 4th for South Australia. So 2 teams are now heading back out for 4th quarter action. South Australia get around it, and do WA have what it takes? I mean, we've seen them score, but South Australia have been pretty dominant through this centre draw. And Ashton Hiron is a big loss for WA in this game. I would say, we don't have a penalty clock on it, but I'd say there'd be about 4 minutes left in that yellow-red card. And South Australia will have an advantage here if they can win the ball. Parker up against Plummer, and that one is going the way of Levy. Levy gets pressure there from Mangan. Levy up against Mangan. Oh, a little ward maybe. No, deemed to be a hold. So Mangan, good pressure though on Osha Levy. Just hooked the arm. Ball comes over there to Claire Ferguson. And Plummer down the back. So they're going to play 4 minutes of man-down offense here. WA, so they can double the ball. Looks inside, good check there. But deemed to be a push there from Voisey. And she will take the ball on her back, but straight under pressure from South Australia. So not giving any holes here. So Silvestri up against Panting, looks to rotate over. Oh, pressure coming from the back there. Good work there from Mangan. Came out of nowhere. As Panting and Silvestri. Panting again, loses the ball. So plenty of pressure being attacked here from South Australia. Borovnik. What they don't want to do is foul and even this up, but good work here. Borovnik up against Tatlow. Tatlow looks to work. The double comes now. Good work there from Voisey. Good check. Ball comes up and over. Goes back here to Riley McGee. And turnover comes with all that pressure. Holly Denny under feet. The 2 threes against each other. Looks to get inside. Not there. Passes down and takes the ball to X. Little flip up to PJ Ipe. And Denny. Good defence there from South Australia. Great pressure from Voisey. And an opportunity here for South Australia. Denny. So South Australia in a power play. Ball looking up. Ipe trying to sneak that back corner. Does now. Ipe steps up and Ipe pops that one away. And South Australia get one there. Through the stick of PJ Ipe. And it is an 8-3 game now. Huge penalty is the red card. And you could see South Australia's pressure in the defensive end just all over WA. And Taylor Voisey, well, she was like a shark in the water down in that defensive end, offering the double pressure. Taylor Voisey, great job in that defensive end. Back in the centre. So opportunity here again. South Australia still man up. Parker up against Hooper. Hooper with an opportunity. Ball on the deck. Hooper knocks the ball out. There we go. You can kick the ball in women's lacrosse now. And that's come off a dark stick. That'll be a red ball. And PJ Ipe will take the ball. No, Mangan will take the ball. So Taylor Mangan looks to go hard at the cage. Tries a little up check there. Not there. PJ Ipe will work this power play again, South Australia. Over to Kaysler. Kaysler to Denny. Denny down the back. Looks again. Parker. Kicks the ball to Kaysler. Kaysler to Denny. Denny down the back to Ipe. Ipe could have almost gone back there. Ball comes back up the top. Draws the player. Kicks it to Denny. Denny gives it back up and over. And good work there again from Voisey. But great realisation there from Silvestri. Or Parker could have let rip there as Mangan sits on the bottom corner. Now Mangan all open by herself. Mangan found by Olivia Parker, and the floodgates are opening in this power play. And we see Taylor Mangan get her third of the game. Good pass inside, just working the ball, working their feet to create that overlap. And Mangan sit in the crease, had to finish the score, but we've got a 9-3 game here. And ball back into the centre. Hooper up against Izzy Jackson this time. So ball in the centre, set now. Hooper, Jackson, good height there from that one. Ball to be won, kicked out there by Hooper. Good work there from Silvestri. She has been fantastic today, Lucinda Silvestri. And she has numbers backwards if she wants to go that way. Silvestri finds Evans. And Evans looks to run it up against Panting. Rotates back. Lawson. But an opportunity here. Great work from Panting. Just picks the pocket. Good work there from Voisey, and just tangled up there across the mid-rift and panting. But good work there from Taylor Voisey as well. Almost a professional foul there to stop that transition ball. So panting. Ball up to Hooper. Hooper, she doesn't need too much of an invitation to shoot, does Kate Hooper. Ball down the back to Carolyn Blair. Blair. Tatlow comes on. Tatlow from the top, up against Evans. Laura Evans, double comes. So Osha Levy fires. That one's gone to the right there from Hooper. Good look inside there from Levy as Kate Hooper misses the cage. And ball is backed up down the back there by McGee. So Riley McGee up to Tatlow. Tatlow to Hooper. Again, WA trying to set this high, wide set. Levy, double comes. Good work there, looks inside, fires. Oh, Tatlow pops that one down by the right-hand foot of Watts and fires one in the back of the net for WA. Chloe Tatlow just dropped the hands, screened a little there, was the keeper, and not able to get a foot on it. And Chloe Tatlow will get one on the board for WA, and a timeout here called by Coach Levy. So Tatlow from the top, able to put one in the back of the net. And we've got a 9-4 game here. So respective teams just having a timeout called by WA. Gav Levy, just very experienced coach. Obviously just talking about those offensive sets and how we go and where we're supposed to be. And maybe just working through that set there at, you know, that's about where we are. The first game of any national tournament or any tournament. You know, you don't get to play too many competitive games as a unit. So this is the first one, and maybe just accentuating the processes there, Gav Levy. In that's exactly what I want, girls. Or maybe that worked, but, you know, we should have come off here and there. So Hooper back into the centre for WA, up against Liv Parker. Parker's been big in the centre today for South Australia. Hooper against Parker. Whistle blows, ball comes up. Ipe with the height. PJ Ipe looks back inside, gets the ball knocked down. Oh, great interception there from Shannon Mitchell. Came from nowhere there, did Mitchell. But ball turns over again and kicks it out here to Voisey. Voisey looks to run the lines. Voisey has pace. Gets past one, gets past two, finds Levy in front of her. Gets past three, but loose ball off a black stick. That'll be a red ball. And Taylor Voisey will bring the ball in and kicks it down to Taylor Mangan. So good work there from Taylor Voisey from the defensive end. Defense has been good for South Australia today. Parker with the ball up against Osha Levy. Silvestri, who probably is tipping her hat for me at the moment at an MVP performance here, Lucinda Silvestri for South Australia. They've had a few good players on the park, but I think her work ethic today, Silvestri, has been amazing in the defensive and offensive end. And Mangan, she's already got a bag full and gets an opportunity here for another one, does Taylor Mangan. So Taylor Mangan already with 3. And this could be number 4. So Mangan up against Churchwood. She's got Silvestri, Araviakis to her right. Mangan looks to step in, finds Araviakis, and they just pull it out. So Mangan over to Ipe. To Parker. Ipe cuts through. Clearing space here for Parker. Up to Araviakis. Araviakis looks to roll around. Gets good pressure there from Laura Hulley. As PJ Ipe, now she goes. She's got some height, has PJ Ipe, and just trying to defend that as PJ Ipe puts it in her left hand and puts it by the left foot. And PJ Ipe gets her second of the last quarter. And that responds to the goal from Tatlow and gets her second of the game also. And South Australia just eke out again to a bigger lead. So it is a 10-4 game now. And South Australia 3-1 in the fourth term. Hooper back in the centre up against Parker. Centre draw gets set, ball comes out. Finds Izzy Jackson. Izzy Jackson, again, another one of those under-20 Australian players who was great in the final against Japan. So, ball over to Kaesler. Leah Kaesler fires to Holly Dinny. Dinny just trying to dance, get those dancing feet going. Oh, line to Kaesler. Kaesler puts it in the left hand. Good save there from Churchwood. Outlet coming, contest coming. Ball runs out the back. Picked up there by Laura Hulley. Hulley just getting pushed down here and fires that one away at the across the body of the keeper. And just going to have a stick check here as Laura Hulley with that ball. And that is all clear. So Hulley getting the second one of the fourth term for WA. It is a 10-5 game, WA against South Australia. And ball goes back into the centre as we see the two combatants all day just about in the centre, these two. Parker. And great work there from Parker. Parker takes the ball out. Gets picked up there by the goal scorer in Laura Hulley. So she's doing it both ends is Hulley for WA. Parker kicks it to Jackson. Jackson looking for an outlet. She might have to use her legs as that outlet, but finds Ashlyn May. May gets pressure down behind X. Looks to roll inside, rolls outside, still plenty of pressure. Oh, just a grass monster getting Hulley there up the top, which allowed her to get free to Parker. So Parker's employed all the elements today. A little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, and a little bit of grass monster. And ball up the top with Denny inside. Jackson ducks the head. Ball to be won, and that's going to be a hold there. We got a whistle on the play, but cannot fast start that. And Hulley, she's been in everything lately. So Hulley looks up on this outer side. Parker fires the ball up there. Finds McGee. Oh, McGee gets one straight across the bridge of the nose, I reckon. And yellow card coming for Anastasia Araviakis. And she will sit down for 2 minutes as she just reassembles her goggles. And she's going to have to leave the field as adjudged by the official, as a duty of care is to be had here for our officials. As Osha Levy pops up to get the ball, but gets promptly told to go away. But she'll be an option here as Holly Plummer. She will get the ball and she'll kick it straight to Osha Levy. So, and Osha Levy gets her way, gets the ball in her stick, has Plummer on her left. Has Ferguson down the back. Rachel Ferguson kicks the ball to Tatlow. Power play opportunity here for WA. Finds Shannon Mitchell. Mitchell Plummer just fires that one past Watts in the cage. And backed up there from Tatlow. Tatlow. Over there to Carlin Blair. Blair looks to go around on her left. Good inside move there from Levy. Levy gets monstered, but illegally, says the official in black and white. And Osha Levy, she loves these opportunities, especially from this 11 metre now. Last couple of years have been 15 metres. Again, another under 20 Australian player was a captain in that side. Levy steps in, fires and puts that one down by the right-hand foot. And another one for WA as Osha Levy gets one in a power play situation from the 11 metre mark. And we've got a 10-6 game. Not a lot of time, I don't think, left in this contest. As Izzy Jackson goes to the centre drawer and then promptly gets told by Liv Parker to go away. I've got this one. So Parker up against Kate Hooper. And always good to get the first win of your national tournament in your first game. And there's a double break there, but deemed to be WA breaking then in Hooper. So one of them flinched first. Bit like the Mexican standoff, you don't want to flinch, and the figure on the trigger going off. But South Australia will bring it into offence as they are still in as the power play is released now. So even Navazar just running through there. Silvestri, good carry of the ball, but there must be free players. Jackson, if she puts her motors on, she can go past defenders very quickly. And WA, you can see here, they've been told to push out. Hooper up against Silvestri. She has done a power of work today, Silvestri. Gets one around the head and going to have to start that ball out the back. Well, she'll be my MVP for today, I think, Lucinda Silvestri for South Australia. She has been in the defensive end, the offensive end, and put her name on the scoreboard. And when the hard work needed to be done, she was the one that was out there doing it. So South Australia spread really wide here. And May, ball over to Parker. Parker has PJ Ipe up the top. And Gav has sent the pressure out. So pushing out here is WA, but pushing a little too hard there was Osha Levy. She's going to have to come behind PJ Ipe. She tries to bluff the official, but that didn't happen. Jackson with the ball. And ball over to Parker. Parker inside roll, outside roll. And just holds the ball. So 30 seconds on the game clock. You can hear the coaches screaming out. 30 seconds. So Parker with Hully. 20 seconds, Parker loses the ball. Hully goes to pick it up. Ball to be won. Contest on the ground. Ball comes off a black stick and picked up here by Mangan. Mangan kicks the ball over and that one's gone out of bounds. White men can jump, but 5 seconds left here as WA will bring the ball in. They're going to have to go the big alley oop here down into the offensive end. Just need to go long. The call is go long. That is going to be too late to go long. And South Australia run out winners here, 10-6 against WA in a very entertaining game. And good job there from WA. Said they lost Ashton Hiron in that third term with a double yellow-red, which put him man down for 5 minutes. But all the damage was really done in that third term. After half-time being 3-3, South Australia got out to a 7-4 7-3 lead. And from that point, it was 3 goals all in the 4th term. And South Australia out to a 10-6 win here in the first game of the 2025 Lacrosse Australia National Championships, brought to you by the Australian Lacrosse Network and our broadcast partner, the Susafanos Foundation. And please, if you've got some time, get onto the Susafanos Foundation website and donate, because we are a self-funded sport. And the Susafanos Foundation do a fantastic job for women's lacrosse here in Australia, allowing our young athletes the opportunities to play this great sport in an international level. So congratulations to South Australia. WA now, they'll be looking to turn things around, and they're going to need to beat Victoria at this stage now. And South Australia notching one up on the board. And we've got, looks like we've got an injured player out there for South Australia. Just trying to look who that is. Just being carried to the bench. Is that Jess Morrison maybe? Has done something there. Anyway, we move on to MVPs for the game. And looks like a bit of a knee issue there, is it? It looks like Jess Morrison in the huddle. Her teammates getting around her, and just as WA go through their huddle. So yeah, MVPs for the game. Well, I thought Lucinda Silvestri was outstanding for South Australia. She was amazing, but as was Olivia Parker. And Taylor Mangan certainly stepped on the scoreboard and did a great job down in the offensive end, bringing other players into the game. So anywhere from there, but I'm going to go Lucinda Silvestri. And for WA, well, I think Holly Plummer did a power of work early and got a couple of goals for WA. So she'd be right up there, as would Osha Levy. She had a great game, but the keeper, Kate Churchwood, that second quarter when she came out and had 6 huge saves and really kept the score quite respectable at 3-3 at half time. It could have at that point been anywhere to 6-3. But so Churchwood would be up there. Just fell out of the game a little bit later in the game. So yeah, for me, for WA, I'm going to go Holly Plummer for MVP and Lucinda Silvestri for South Australia. So we'll have a look to see what the coaches think as Gav Levy and Trish Adams just have a conversation. And Gav Levy presenting his medal first. And he was at the Australian camp in Adelaide the other day with the women's side. So he knows a lot of these girls really well. And it is Lucinda Silvestri for South Australia. And what a reward coming back from an ACL injury. This is her first national tournament back, and she was outstanding today. And more than that, the commentators got one early. So 1 out of 2. Let's see if we can get 2 out of 2. And Holly Plummer, are you going to give me 100% strike rate here as Trish Adams is about to present the MVP for WA? And the MVP for WA goes to Osha Levy. So again, Osha and Holly doing a fantastic job for their respective teams. Goal scorers, as we just about to wrap it up here from this game. WA goal scorers, Holly Plummer with 2, Osha Levy with 2, Hully with 1, Tatlow with 1. And for South Australia, we had Jess Morrison with 2, Olivia Parker with 1, Lucinda Silvestri with 1, Holly Dinny with 1, PJ Ipe with 2, and Taylor Mangan led the scoring for South Australia with 3 goals, as the two teams get around each other and just exchange pleasantries after the game. And we thank Christian Leray, Blake Billsborough, and Scotty Gill for bringing this to you on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Stay tuned later, because tonight we have a huge game. It is South Australian men versus Victoria men. That is going to be an absolute cracker. So stay tuned to the Australian Lacrosse Network for that. I'm going to wrap it up here from this pool game here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. My name has been Tony Watts. On behalf of the Australian Lacrosse Network, we'll see you the next time the sticks are swinging.